we're good to go.
Okay, hey, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining Miguel and me for our Phase 4 wrap-up alpha call. Woo. Um, it's been a pretty good few months of progress. And today we are here to celebrate and discuss what we accomplished together. Look back at key takeaways from Phase 4. I know you're wanting to know about that, Bash, and give you a look at what's ahead as we move into Phase 5. So today, we'll start up reviewing, Phase 4 stats and highlights. Um, the numbers of like the effect and tasks and stuff. And then we'll talk about our work with Mozilla Common Voice and Audius. And then we'll discuss the worker quality and accuracy improvements. And then the anticipated parts. We'll finish with a big picture for Phase 5 and talk about everything from manager node stability updates to the introduction of, drumroll please, AI workers. So, I hope that excites you. So, yes, first thing we'll go is Phase 4. Now, this is our fourth phase, and it was the most active testing period that we have had this whole journey so far. Um, you guys have steadily increased your participation, both new and returning workers, and yeah, we distributed a lot of effect, haven't we, Miguel?
Yeah, we have for sure.
Yeah. So, I've had the pleasure of onboarding 77 of you alpha testers. So that's fun. That's always the most exciting part for me is onboarding you guys and get you going. And we've done, I mean, tens of thousands of different types of tasks. Miguel, do you want to let everyone know the stats?
Yeah, sure. So I
Okay.
think we went through the stats a little bit in the community call, and since then we've still been steadily pushing through small little batches as we continue to test. But yeah, so far we have, as Rochelle said, 77 alpha testers currently on the platform. And with the sentence generation tasks that you guys are all very familiar with right now, as that's the main task batch that we have going on. We've completed 32,000 validated sentences and 13,000 sentence recordings that have also been validated, as well as we were testing out some stuff for Audius, and we completed about 3,000 of the music lyric transcription type tasks. So all in all, we've done, I think it's about 45 or 48,000 tasks for phase 4, which is really really nice to see. As well as I think it's been yes, 100 and about 144,000 effect has been paid out this phase 2. So those are some really good numbers, guys, and I mean, congrats and kudos to all the workers that have been working really hard to make these numbers possible. It's looking really really good. And so I know one issue that kind of arose in the past couple weeks, as we've kind of mentioned before, was the quality of some of the tasks and the workers that we've seen. We're currently looking, or currently we have a manual approach to this, as we don't have an automated kind of system to to have to see if a worker is completing tasks properly. Let's say. So right now we're doing everything kind of manually at the very end, just to check to see each worker's results, and we have seen that some workers have not been creating the best results, and so we've been kind of making a little list of warnings, and unfortunately having to ban a few workers as well. But we're gonna move on and talk about that a bit later on some ways that we're gonna be mitigating that in the future.
Yeah, and just so you guys all know, if you're like banned right now, don't worry. It's just like temporary as we're trying to, curb some things and get some things going. There's a lot in the capability stuff that we're going to be working on, and the validation part too. So, it's not the end of the world if you get banned right now during testing. Everything's, kind of up in the air with that, but it's not a permanent ban, so do not worry.
Yeah, for sure. Let me
Just
see.
temporary. Like last phase, when we banned someone and stuff, it was just like for a few days, and then we unbanned everyone that we had banned, and yeah. So don't worry. We're getting the kinks worked out and stuff, and you know, right now there's been like a few bumps in the road with like some quality, but at the same time, we don't have the robust like capability stuff going on, the screenings and things, and that's also something we're kind of building on right now. Miguel and I being weekend warriors, looking through some things and going back with systems we used before and things. So yeah, it's going to get better. That's one of the things that we're very busy with. Um, but you know, you guys, your collaboration with us and everything has just been awesome. This past phase, and we really appreciate the times you're like, hey, the worker pool funds I can't claim, and or hey, this isn't working right, or sometimes this task does this, or it kicks me out and stuff. It's really helping us make, you know, the platform better in this development phase. You may not think reporting something is like big, but it is, because then we can look, because sometimes weird things happen. Right, Miguel?
Yeah, I definitely want to add on to that. Reporting is really important. I know there've been a few instances where only one user has reported an issue, and sometimes we kind of assume that it might even be user side, because a lot of the issues might be either network connection or connection to the manager, but due to a poor a poor connection on the user side. And so usually if it's a one-off user bringing this up, then we'll kind of look into it a bit. But if it's just one person, there's also a really good chance that it's on user side. But once we start seeing a lot more of the same thing pop up, then it helps us to understand where the problem might lie, and whether it's on the manager side, or kind of where it is. So definitely,
Yeah.
you guys have been doing a great job, and just keep it up with letting us know when stuff's broken.
Yeah.
It's
And
all
when you
part of
see someone
all part of the
report
beta.
something, just be, even if you're experiencing it as well, it helps us a lot more if you're like, just reply to it or just say, hey, me too, same problem, so then we can know, okay, it's more than this one person.
Yeah, yeah, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
I think
And
also I can add a bit more on, as we're talking about the results, and like how we're gonna combat kind of the negative results or the bad data. So some
hmm
things that we're doing now, I know I mentioned we don't have currently an automated kind of like reputation system. I was lost for words before and I couldn't find it. But reputation is something we're going to be adding. I'm not sure if it's phase 5 or a little bit later, or maybe even during phase 5. But a reputation system, so that uh, user accounts can have their own reputation, and can be docked reputation when we see that they have bad results. We're also adding some more automation within the actual task templates themselves. So right now we currently do have some mechanisms within the template itself where it won't even allow users to submit if the data is bad. Like for example, if the template is left empty, if you just leave an empty sentence, it won't even let you submit. But we're going to be adding a lot more safeguards to combat some of the more known ways of how users are kind of gaming the system, or with the shorter sentences of 3 to 4 words. It's nice maybe for a couple sentences, but when you have a data set of 10, 15, 20,000 sentences, and a lot of them are just kind of 3 or 4 words, that's not going to cut it. So we'll be adding some stuff there with the automation of the template tasks, as well as the instructions are going to be changing so that users will have a better sense of what they need to be doing. And we're also going to be changing the capability tasks, I think, before phase 5, so that they're a bit more robust. I know in the beginning they were pretty easy with the test itself, even just the English test, and that was on purpose, just so that we could have the most amount of workers be able to complete the tasks that we had. But now that we have a good group of workers, I think it's time to kind of make the test a bit harder, just so we have the correct workers for the correct tasks. I think that'll be very important.
Yeah. 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 Big time. And then um Burn asked in Discord, he asked, are we happy with the performance and optimization so far? Short answer, yes. Very happy with it. We're happy with how it's running right now, but we are not satisfied at all yet. Each of these phases, we're learning something new. Phase 4 showed us that, the infrastructure is strong, but it also revealed areas where we can do better, particularly worker capability and validation, and then also around connection reliability, task speed, and then scalability too. But that part's kind of more on the back end. So those are going to be driving the upgrades that you'll start to see in phase 5. So yeah, not we're satisfied with our stuff, but we are not like completely satisfied. Like, we know there's a lot more that we want to build and add, and so it's going to be a busy couple weeks getting these things, in place before the, start of phase 5. Um yeah, lot to do.
Yeah, I know Jeffrey's been working really hard, even just during phase 4, kind of working on the manager, and we're rewriting some of the code, or I think a good chunk of the code in Rust instead of the current language, which is TypeScript. And for those that aren't very technical, Rust is a very robust language, and it'll help improve a lot of the issues that we're having with connection and the peer-to-peer infrastructure that we currently have with the manager node. And it'll help with a lot of stuff that we want to add to the platform as well. So that he's been working really hard on that. Unfortunately, he wasn't here to kind of speak a little more on that, but it's a call just for the alpha testing now too. So I'm sure in the next community call, we'll hear more about that from him. But very exciting
Yeah.
things that he's doing.
Yeah, because it's not something as simple as giving ChatGPT our code in TypeScript and telling it to convert it to Rust. I wish it was that easy.
I wish. It's getting better, but it's not that good.
Why not?
No, we don't want the
So,
spaghetti code.
yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely do. But being on doing it on Rust, it'll allow us to, you know, and not dev speak, okay, because I'm not a dev, like add in mechanisms for like dependencies and things like um how things are routed and how things are like turned on and off. Yeah, I'm not a dev, so I try to explain it in non-dev speak, but
It's also
I hope
very,
you
very quick and
understand that.
robust language. Actually, Solana is written
Yes.
in Rust, so there we go. One step
Yeah.
closer to being Solana.
Yes.
Okay, so do we want to talk about what's coming up in phase five? Or
Yes.
was there something else we wanted to talk about before then? I got a bit jumbled up
Because
here.
I think we'll talk about what's coming up in phase 5, and then we'll get to questions in the chat. There's not any currently at the moment, besides how many active testers worked in Bash. That is 77. So, um,
Oh yeah.
let's see. So phase 5 preview. Woohoo! You heard me mention the opening, something about AI workers, so I hope you're very intrigued for that. So let's look ahead to phase 5. Most generally, it's going to focus on stability, scalability, and laying the groundwork for a much larger user base. Because, right now we're working with just 77 of you, which is not a lot at all. Um, and basically like one task poster. So that's a very small thing. Um, and this also needs to scale and be able to you can't if you can't manually validate and go through all the submissions if you have thousands of workers on the platform. That would just be a 24/7 job of, at least 3 people. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of work that we're doing to allow this to run smoothly with a lot more manager nodes, task posters, the apps on there, tons, thousands of workers and things. So manager node stability is a top priority. Um, and Miguel mentioned also too, that my dev group is working hard on, all of that stuff. Um, but Miguel, do you want to touch on the new updates
Yeah, sure.
for the manager?
Yep. So on top of what Rochelle was just saying with the all those kind of general improvements, we are looking at adding these things. They're called AI workers. So it's pretty early still to kind of say exactly how it's going to work, but the idea, and I wish Jeff was here to kind of explain it because it's more his child, like brainchild, but I'll do my best. So the idea is there's gonna be kind of, we're calling them AI workers, but they're basically just workers or nodes that users will be able to kind of run on their own systems that'll do kind of simplified tasks. So like for example with the sentence generation tasks, or sorry, actually the Audius tasks, what we have right now is we run the music through an AI or LLM model already to get what you see when you first open the task, which is an approximated version of what the audio is for that little batch, or sorry, that little segment of the song that you guys have. So for those of you that haven't seen or completed many of the Audius tasks and you might not remember, what you do is in the task it gives you like a line of the song that you're listening to, and it'll give you the portion of the song to listen to that that line pertains to, and that the line of text that you get is actually generated by an AI model. So what the AI workers are going to be is we're going to bring that on platform, and users are going to be able to kind of run a node on their machine that will complete tasks like running an AI model just to go through a song and create some of the not translations. Um, I'm blanking on the word. It's not translation.
Transcription.
Transcription, that's the one. Thank you. So to run a model to create transcriptions for these songs to then be used in the next step, which is the tasks for the workers. So in general, that's kind of what it's going to be. I think in the next community call, Jeff will be able to explain that a lot better. Um, but that's kind of it's pretty exciting. I'm really excited to see what comes out of that. But still, it's slightly early to have a good idea on what it is. At least for me, I have to have a good in-depth call with Jeff about it.
It's a high tech, geeky, nerdy way and brilliant way to basically bring the the AI, algorithm to do the first step on the task and then have humans fix what the AI does because AIs are still dumb. Um,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so it's neat. It's neat. It's a lot of work in the background that you guys like will not see at all. Um, but it's pretty cool. And then it really makes the network hybrid, human and machine execution because the AI is generating the first step. Humans are validating the AI, and then also there'll be AI validation in kind of after that. And sometimes in some instances, and it's pretty cool. Like cleaning up things, like making sure there's, a period at the end of a sentence or like that there's no typos or things like that. So um it's pretty cool. Um what it can do afterwards when the expert humans have fixed it. So it's
Exactly.
pretty cool.
There's
Yeah.
also
But
oh no, go ahead.
there's going to be a lot of visible changes that you guys will see now that we've covered like kind of the background stuff. Um, let's see. We're adding some sparkle to the UI. I like to call it sparkle. Drive you guys crazy with your dev stuff. Gotta polish it up here. Um, you're gonna see the dashboard refined a little more. A little more things added that are kind of like creature comforts for you alpha testers and users, to just make it seamless, for onboarding someone new who has no idea, um, to making task completion easier because we all hate the tons of clicks we got to do to preview the task, start the task, submit the task. Yes, take the task. And there's a lot of little clicks. And I know personally, I get annoyed with so much clicking, and I'm sure you guys too. Um, if you do too, raise your hand in the chat window because it drives me nuts. Um, and one exciting thing is the expanded task types. Miguel, you can add into that stuff. That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, great question, Alan. I will touch on that with the Q&A. That's perfect. Sorry.
Yeah, so on top of kind of the more techie development stuff for phase five, the idea of what we want to get done in phase five and the goal for the tasks and the workers themselves is to start creating more data sets that we can actually use in the real world and actually have um, out there for people to see and use and download. So actually what we've done so far for this phase is we've created already a data set for Mozilla Common Voice of the sentences that you guys have been doing. So we've created a data set of about, I think it's 15,000 sentences, and we've already submitted that to them. I'm not sure if they get back to us on if they like it or not, or if it's just submitted and that's it. Um, but what they also have is they've created a new. Let me see if I can get a link here. They have a new initiative called the Mozilla Data Collective. I'm just gonna put this in here in chat. So the Mozilla Data Collective is kind of a storage of data sets that Mozilla has created, and so far they started off with a bunch of the data sets that they've had now with their sentence generations and their recordings and everything, and now they're enabling anyone to be able to add on and submit data sets to possibly be added into this um, data set store. So the plan is to create a couple of data sets that we can actually submit to this data collective and see if we can get our name in the pool here and actually have our data set available on their site. So I think that'd be a really cool goal to have in phase five. And so on top of the just sentence generation tasks that we've been doing, and we're going to create another data set for that, we're also going to be creating some new data sets on, they have introduced a new type of task called spontaneous speech. So we're going to be trying that out. Spontaneous speech is basically the user or worker will get a prompt of a question instead of a sentence. And it's going to be very similar to the recording tasks where instead of just recording you reading the prompt or the sentence or the question, um, you will be recording your answer to the question. And so we're gonna try that out for phase five and create a cool data set for them to use, as well as some other data set types that we're looking into. So that's going to be really really fun and really interesting to see what kind of results we get from that. And it's also going to test our ability to kind of sift away the bad data and only get a nice clean data set. So that's going to be a nice challenge as well. And on top of the Mozilla stuff, we're also going to be, well, I guess before phase five, we're going to be working on some more validation steps and just basic pipeline steps for the Audius tasks. So I know you guys have been doing the lyric transcription tasks a little bit and testing it out, and it's been a huge help. It's a bit more involved in the back end of how the pipeline kind of works with the transcriptions, and then we're going to be working on having some new validation tasks for those where users will get kind of the entire song and you'll have to validate all of the lyrics for the song, and you'll get maybe 20 or 30 lines of lyrics, and that'll be like a huge validation task for some workers, and obviously the effect pay will reflect the time that it takes to verify such a big thing. But that'll be something that hopefully we can have done before phase five, so we can already start testing it with you guys then, and hopefully kind of get that pipeline ironed out, because right now we've kind of just been testing out the waters on how the validation for the lyrics work, and it's looking pretty good so far. So we are happy, and we've actually been talking to some people in Audius and just getting their feel for like what they think about the results, and everyone's been pretty happy with the results. So we're very excited to continue on that front.
Yeah, and also too on the lyric transcription one, you guys can probably expect to see a new capability in the capability marketplace.
Yeah.
Um, that will be geared on how well you can edit and validate transcriptions. And it's not going to be the easiest capability test to breeze through. It'll be a little more involved because we need to have, really high quality people getting these, larger paying, more valuable tasks on here, because it just makes the data going to Audius that much better. And their project's really cool with what they're trying to do. So, um, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it for the phase five kind of introduction. Do you have anything else,
Ooh.
Rochelle? Did I miss anything?
No, no, I'm excited to get to these questions and do the Q&A. So,
Awesome.
Let me scroll up. Okay, Bash wants to know like how many active testers, because he kept hearing the same sets of voices, like 5 to 7 testers tops on the voice ones. That's because not everyone did the voice task. Not everyone wanted to have their voice recorded, or maybe their speakers weren't, or their microphones weren't, the best, or they couldn't work at the time in a quiet environment, when those tasks were up. So, yeah, a smaller group did the voice recording ones,
Yeah,
and I thought it was really,
I have
yeah.
seen at times there've been maybe like 15, 20 workers at a time kind of on the platform, which is kind of cool to see. Obviously, it's kind of hard to get all 77 or even close to that on at the same time, especially going back to what I said at the beginning of the call, time zones are a thing that I usually forget about, but it's definitely a thing. So,
Mhm.
but it's nice to see at all times of the day, every 24/7, there's always someone on the platform, and not even someone, many people on the platform at a time. So it's nice to see that it's never stagnant, and the tasks keep getting completed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small group. It's only 77 of you, so like with how the manager node, pushes a certain amount of tasks every like certain amount of, time span and stuff, and keeps it going regularly. I check on there from time to time all throughout my day, which is a very, very long day, and I see maybe about a dozen people at a time on, and then sometimes it's like 5, then it'll be like 16, it'll be 8. It varies. Um, I think the highest ever I saw active workers on at the same time, it was like 26. So that's a lot out of 77
Yeah.
at a time. But yeah. Malmida said he was getting scared with the ban chat. Yeah, don't worry. You get a ban. Don't worry right now. Um, you're not banned for life. And Malmida asks what timeline do you see for phase 5 coming in? That's a good question. I know a lot of you are wondering that. Um, we're wrapping up phase 4 this week. Um, and generally we take what, 2 or 3 weeks to put into development time to add in the stuff we want to do for the next phase.
Yeah, I
So,
think on average it's been about 3 weeks. Um,
yeah.
I was thinking though it might be slightly different like between these next few phases. If the development is taking a bit longer, or even if it's on track, we might still be periodically adding small little batches as we kind of test the new things that we're gonna add for phase 5. So definitely be looking out in the Discord and the chats to see if we're posting um, new tasks. I know right now we've had a steady kind of small little batch going on. We're probably gonna stop that at the end of phase 4, but um, yeah, as we test those new things and capabilities that we've talked about during this call, we might still be adding some small little batches here and there. So even though it's the
Yeah.
end of the phase, officially, in between the phase, there might still be some things for you guys to do, and just so we don't keep it like too stagnant for too long. I know you guys love getting your
Yeah.
clicks in, so
Get your clicks.
yeah,
You need a Fitbit that counts the clicks.
should make a
Um,
should make a shirt say get your clicks in.
yeah. Well, I'm here for the clicks.
Yeah,
So, yeah, there'll be a couple of things pop up, and probably, capability things in the capability marketplace will pop up before like the official start of phase 5 and stuff. So, yeah, it's officially the end, but there'll still be things uh, popping up in between.
yeah, we'll keep you
Um,
guys updated.
yeah, Alan has a good question. Will the AI workers get paid?
So for the AI workers, I think again have another chat with Jeff on the whole plan of exactly how they're gonna work. But yeah, there will be compensation obviously for any tasks that you complete or that anything having to do with your worker completes. We don't know exactly how much you'll get paid, or um, we're not sure if it'll be kind of like the passive income that is on the platform already that you earn. If it's going to be something like that, we're still kind of thinking about how that's going to work, but there will be compensation for sure for the AI workers.
Yeah, that part's still getting worked out.
Yeah.
Um, uh, NKEM says, "Hi, I'm new here. How can I join Effect?" And then I know we chatted about that kind of in the general chat and stuff. Um, Send me a DM and I'll see what's going on, why you can't get to the form. And yeah, send me a DM with your email and I'll make sure things go smoothly. And I don't see why you couldn't join phase 5. So yeah, just give me a shout. If you wanted to really get on the platform and you filled out that form and stuff, I am the person to talk to. So all you people listening later in the replay, send me a direct message on Discord and then in the general chat say, "Hey, Rochelle, I sent you a DM." So because sometimes Discord won't let you like send something to somebody, they gotta accept it. So it's kind of weird like that. But yeah, send me a DM and then tag me in the main chat, and that way I can get through. And I always love onboarding people, so
I think you can
um,
also,
yeah,
if
there
you
you go.
can't DM, a good other place to go is just to create a support ticket and
Oh, that's true.
do it there. And that way,
Yeah,
I mean, the whole team gets to see support tickets too. So if Rochelle's busy for whatever reason, then at least you might have a better chance at a quicker response from someone.
because I'm probably feeding a dog or letting a dog outside.
Yeah. Oh,
Cool, Larry. Hey, dude,
I also
you
see
have a question.
a question still from Bash that we missed before we get
Hmm.
to Cool Larry was he's saying I think the workflow should not allow testers to validate their own sentences. Yeah, that's definitely
Oh
one
yeah,
big thing that we saw, or not we saw, but we knew about in phase 4, and that was we kind of just let that go as we were testing out some bigger things on the platform. But that's definitely something that will not be a thing in the future. I think
yeah,
we're looking at that also in phase 5. Um, but yeah, that's definitely, you can expect that to not be a thing later on.
yeah. We knew when we were launching this stuff. We're like, oh man, they're gonna validate their own stuff, but it. We're watching it closely, double checking. It's like not crazy right now, but we something we will address because yeah, in our ancient platform from a million years ago, it was to where you couldn't validate your own stuff. So um,
Yeah.
yeah, have that in there.
What
Let's
did Cool Larry
see.
say?
Cool Larry says to ensure and encourage workers' data quality, do you think there should be recognition reward based on set criteria for weekly or monthly best worker? I think this helps to boost overall quality. Yes, I agree. And I love recognizing people for outstanding work. Um, so yeah, that also ties into like the reputation stuff we're working on for the platform. Um, there'll be some things there, but yeah, definitely we're going to be looking at some things there to kind of gamify that and make everyone, kind of want to do like the best and best and get recognized for it because that's important. You're taking your time to do this work. You should get shout outs.
Oh yeah, once we have we're gonna be adding some more statistics, not only on like the front end but the back end, so everyone can kind of see what workers are doing and the stats that they're getting. So once we have that, and we have some more concrete data on workers. That's definitely something that I'd like to see too.
Yeah, and me personally, I like to see it when, ratings and stuff are split up by, strength, because some people could be really, really bad at one type of task that involves a certain skill or capability, and they can be really good at, something else. And if their reputation gets tanked too much because of the one thing they're not really good at, then it kind of takes away from what they're really good at. I know I'm rambling. I kind of don't make sense, but it if someone's really good at image tasks, but terrible at like writing stuff, those are two different skills, and you can't have them a rating like grouped in everything at once. It's not cool. So yeah, there's a lot to that stuff. I could go on for hours about reputation scores and capabilities and
It's your
stuff.
bread and
So
butter.
yes.
Are there any other questions? Reval was saying, not new, but they want to rejoin.
Okay, cool. Yep. I'll check on this right after our call and see what's going on with that.
Cool. Um, okay, is there any other questions that anyone here in the audience has? I think we've answered all the ones that have been set up here.
Yeah, I think so. And double check like the other server channels, and I don't see any more posted anywhere. Alan, do you
Okay.
have any questions? Woohoo, maybe? Somebody type in. Alan's typing.
Not
Not
today.
today. Okay.
It's been a good call. I think we had a lot of information thrown out in this call, so might have to give
Yeah.
people time to process after, which is great. We
Yes.
always have
Yes.
the Discord chats and everything to ask us questions. I mean, this isn't the only place. So yeah, if even after the call you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything, then you know where to find us in the alpha chat or the general chat or anything. And even on YouTube, if this ends up on YouTube, then comments are down there. Go comment on the YouTube, and we'll try our best to answer there too.
Yeah. Yeah. And, during this next couple of weeks, while we're in between phases and stuff, it's not going to be quiet. We've got some cool things in store for you guys. So um, don't think that, oh, they're going to put their heads down again and develop. We're not going to do that anymore. So it'll be cool. And I'm expecting to give you guys like development updates, in between these phases too. Like, hey, this is what they're doing. Check this out. Things like that. Just stuff that you really want to know, while we're in between things. I think it's important.
We're also, I don't know if you mentioned at the beginning, we're going to be posting a blog, kind of similar to what
Yeah.
we did for, I think it was for phase 1 and 2. I posted a blog. Uh,
Hmm.
we're going to do another one recapping phase 5, and we might even add, or sorry, phase 4, and might add some stuff about phase 3 as well, and get a nice blog out there with all the information. So um, in case you like reading, or making a cup of tea and sitting down reading the newspaper, you can read our blog instead. If anyone even reads the newspaper anymore, I think that's an old
I
saying
think
now.
they're all starting to go digital. At least the one
Yeah,
here where I live, they're quitting their print thing, and they were already down to like 2 days a week anyway for print. Now it's
now you
going.
have to subscribe.
Yeah.
Good news is you don't have to subscribe for the effect blog, so there you go.
That's right. That's right. Or you got to know that little get around a paywall link hack.
Yeah.
Alan, Alan, really, every time, every time.
It's the one trick pony, Alan.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a community call without Alan saying something about somebody that we refuse to mention. It's,
Yeah.
it's fun. Oh God, Bash, don't join in too. Bash.
Oh no. All right. Well,
Okay.
on
Yeah,
that note, I
yeah.
think
On that note,
we've had a good we've had a really good call. I hope you guys enjoyed the information, enjoyed the call, and um, yeah, we'll see you on Discord and Telegram and all the other socials.
I like these low-key alpha call updates. They're fun.
Yeah, and definitely let us know if you enjoy these updates and um, if you like how we do them, if you want more or less, and yeah,
Turn them into a podcast. There we
yeah,
go.
there you go. Podcast will be on Spotify.
It'll be on Audius. Do they have podcasts on Audius?
Uh, no, I think they might be thinking about adding them in though, so that'll be a cool play.
That might be fun for
Yeah,
Effect to have a podcast.
the
Do
Effect
it on
podcast.
Audius.
Heck yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
good
see.
ideas.
Lots of ideas for the future. But for now,
Yay.
yeah, for now we'll get back to work and we'll see you guys. See you guys when we see you guys. Well, what did Krubby say?
Since phase
Oh,
4 is... Oh,
he deleted
Krabby,
it.
why'd you delete it? Oh no. Or if my mod log will show it.
It's okay.
Huh.
It's okay.
Bash just typed.
Maybe if you want to ask it in one of the alpha chats, then you can after.
Yeah.
You can answer
Yeah,
there.
post in general, Krabby, whatever that you were posting, and we'll cover it. So cool. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us. This was a fun call. And yeah, get on the platform, help us push out these last things of tasks, and then make sure, big important announcement, make sure you're claiming your effect and claiming it like when you're done doing, tasks for a session or something. Please claim it. Because if you clear something in your browser or your computer updates and just basically wipes all that stuff, then the effect is lost. That's due to you. So please claim your stuff
Yeah, we'll post
because
another
we
reminder too
did it to you.
on the Discord announcements. All right. Well, and hopefully you guys enjoyed and have a nice rest of your day, your night, your morning, wherever it is, wherever you are. And we'll see you around.
Bye bye, guys.
See ya.